And welcome in everybody to the Hutzel Athletic Center for tonight's Crossroads League matchup between your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars, winners of 2 straight matches, here hosting the Taylor University Lady Trojans. Taylor currently in 3rd place in the Crossroads League. Actually, they're tied for 3rd place. There's the 3-way logjam there right in the middle of the Crossroads League. Taylor University, Grace College, and Huntington University, all with 3-2 conference records. University of St. Francis currently in 6th place with a 2-2 Crossroads League record. The Lady Cougars in the first conference ratings were picked last in the Crossroads League, so St. Francis coming off 2 big victories here in the Crossroads League. We will now read from our game day program put together by Sports Information Director Bill Scott. Trojans return to the HAC to test improving USF. Taylor University is tonight's test for the University of St. Francis in the only home match this week for USF. The Trojans, 9-4 overall, 3-2 in the Crossroads League, bounced back from their first Crossroads League loss, a 3-1 loss at home on Saturday to Crossroads League leader Marion, with a sweep over Bethel College on Wednesday. The Lady Cougars have won back-to-back Crossroads League matches for the first time since the 2015 season. USF won the 5th set at Goshen College 15-13 on Wednesday night. The Maple Leafs took a 13-12 lead, but USF scored the last 3 points to win the match. Sophomore Megan D'Agostino tied the set at 13 with a kill. Goshen committed an attacking error, and Michaela Hissong nailed the set and match clinching kill. Taylor senior Becca Garrick is the Trojans' go-to attacker. She leads the Crossroads League in kills per set at 3.3 and is number 3 in the Crossroads League in hitting percentage at .285. Garrick ranks 2nd in total kills with 155 overall. USF's Maria Pilak is number 2 in the Crossroads League in assists per set at 7.5. And Pilak is a freshman for Coach Scott Haddix this year. She has 309 assists entering today's match, and that is in 10 matches played. On the other end, Haley Harrell, who is the setter for Taylor University, she's actually played in 13 matches and has 324 assists. So that is 15 more assists than the freshman Maria Pilak, but she's also played in 3 more matches. Looking at your Lady Cougars once again, opened up the season 0-7. But, of course, the Lady Cougars playing at number 14, Montana Tech, taking on at number 8, Columbia, number 4, Park out of Missouri, and number 12, Missouri Baptist, then opening up the Crossroads League with number 20, Indiana Wesleyan. So Scott Haddix, as usual, scheduling the best of opponents for these Lady Cougars out of conference to get them ready for this tough Crossroads League conference tilt. Folks, we're going to send it down now for the starting lineups and national anthem.
Let's stand, and we will pray, and then followed by prayer will be the national anthem. Let us pray. Loving Lord, we thank you
folks, just moments away from the start of today's match. My name is Jeff Mahoney. I'll be bringing you the play-by-play for today's Crossroads League showdown between the Taylor University Trojans and your Lady Cougars from USF. Looking at the Crossroads League standings currently, Marian University, they're receiving votes nationally. They're 12-2 overall and 4-0 in the Crossroads League. Indiana Wesleyan University ranked number 20th in the country, 10-3 overall, 4-1 in Crossroads League play. Then we have the three-way tie for third place. Taylor University at 9-4 overall, Grace College at 8-5, and Huntington University at 8-7. All with 3-2 conference records. Your Lady Cougars 3-11 overall, 2-2 in conference play. So checking out right away for St. Francis was number 7, Kendra Seifring, the fantastic freshman. We'll be calling her name quite often today as Valerie Flick, the libero, gets back on the floor for the Lady Cougars. Cassidy Rammel going to talk to the net judge. Number 12, Maria Pilak, the freshman from Metawan High School out of Michigan, doing an outstanding job guiding this group. And getting the start today is number 15, Ava Kunkler, the outside hitter, sophomore, 5'10" from Portland, Indiana, Jay County High School. And she was great coming in off the bench in the loss against Indiana Wesleyan. Tough loss for these Lady Cougars, but a match well played, losing it 1-3 against the Lady Wildcats. Here to serve it up, that's number 6 for Taylor, Haley Harrell. Harrell, the setter for the Trojans, as the first point goes to Ava Kunkler and the Lady Cougars, who lead it 1-0. Kunkler now back to serve it for St. Francis. As I said, folks, at the net, she's been great with her kills. Set goes behind, big swing for number 24. Excuse me, that's number 14, Rachel Bauma. Point gonna go to Taylor. Bauma's a middle hitter, senior, 5'11" from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Back to serve now is number 1, Laura Craig, a DS. She's a senior at 5'5" from Warsaw, Indiana, Warsaw High School. Cassidy Rammel with the big kill. As you can see, Rammel get cocked and loaded there, let it fly. We're already starting to see more substitutions here for Coach Scott Haddix, as coming into the game is going to be number 1, Katarina Dibiasio. Valerie Flick with the serve. It's picked up by Taylor's libero as the feed goes over, and a big kill for Becca Gehrig, the senior outside hitter from Archibald, Ohio. She stands 5'9". Becca Gehrig comes in with 155 kills, which is best for all players on the floor. Remember, folks, Taylor comes in with 13 matches under its belt, and St. Francis with 14 matches. Rammel blocked at the net, but that's a point for the Lady Cougars. St. Francis up 3-2 currently. Back to serve will be Ann Clark, the sophomore from Valparaiso, Indiana. Valparaiso, a city that's been very good to the University of St. Francis. Set goes to the far side, and that was hit over by number 9, Addie Bailey. Good dig by the libero, number 7, Samantha Korn. She's a sophomore from Perrysburg, Ohio. Cassidy Rammel once again lets her fly, and we got a net violation called against Taylor, so the Cougars go up now 4-2. Clark once again to serve it up. In the back line with her is DiBiasio. Bump goes over to number 10, Becca Gehrig. Now Cassidy Rammel going to return the favor. That was picked up by Laura Craig. Gehrig. DiBiasio from the back line. Cassidy Rammel found the opening with the kill. Cassidy Rammel, certainly no stranger to racking up points for Coach Scott Haddix. Coach Haddix is in his 4th season for St. Francis, while Erin Luthi is in her 2nd season at Taylor. So Taylor's going to pull to within 2 here in set number 1. Back to serve will be number 12, Brooke Swiswerda, freshman setter from Wheaton, Illinois, Wheaton North High School. Big swing. That was picked up by Samantha Korn. Still a huge hit. I believe that was Pelak. Number 7 right at the net. That's Seifring, the freshman, but the kill will go to Taylor. So St. Francis currently up 5-4. Big hit, Rammel off the blocker for a point. So Ava Kunkler is going to check in for DiBiasio. As Rammel with the jump serve. That was picked up by number 1, Craig. Flick. Bump goes over to Ann Clark coming up from the back row. Set behind, big swing for number 5, Julia Pomerenke. And the kill, Ava Kunkler, her second kill of the match. Lady Cougars are looking strong early on, picking up where they left off last time they were at the Hut against Indiana Wesleyan. Remember, these Lady Cougars have won 2 matches in a row, and that's a point for the Cougars on the return air. St. Francis doubles up their lead. 8-4 is your score. Rammel, big serve. Coming over and is out. Watching it go wide was Laura Craig. Back to serve will be number 10, Becca Garrick. Clark, Pelak over to Seifring. And a nice block at the net, except for that's a point for Taylor. Nope, that's a point for St. Francis, as Seifring was there along with Kunkler. Nope, that's a point for Taylor. Flick. Nice set over for Kunkler. Man, she is getting all of this ball early on in this season. Kunkler has one of the hardest swings I've seen from a Lady Cougar. St. Francis up 9-6. She's got a very fluid, athletic motion. Just looks effortless, and the ball flies off her hand. That's Ava Kunkler. Seifring with the serve. Number 7, Kendra Seifring from Fort Recovery, Ohio. She's a transfer from Ohio Dominican University, a D2 school, competing in the GLIAC. Not sure if Ohio Dominicans left the GLIAC yet. I know all the Ohio schools were planning on doing it. With the serve was number 16, Amanda Adams, the outside hitter. So that's Megan D'Agostino. Middle hitter, had a great freshman year. Doing it here in her sophomore year as well, as you see Valerie Flick with a little bit of communication for her front line. Valerie wearing the number 8 black libero jersey. And that's going to stay on the Cougars side. Coming up with the kill there was Callie Drake. 10-8 your score, St. Francis on top. Now with the serve is Haley Harrell, setter junior from Plymouth, Indiana. Can't help but wonder if she's related to John Harrell. John Harrell's website is one of the best high school sports websites in the country. Taylor with the point. There's no doubt about that. Once again, Harrell. Good job by Pelak, but still, Pelak, that started off into the net, and after her set, it stayed into the net, so a tough play there for Kunkler. We are tied up at 10s. Harrell. That's Rammel from the back row. Pelak, beautiful set over to Kunkler. On the other side, big swing for Drake. Clark, nice dink shot right down the net. She found an opening. I don't know if she meant to do that or not, but it worked fantastically. Super fantastically. Ava Kunkler now with the serve. Her team up by 1. Short set, right to number 14, Rachel Bauma. That was just a beautiful play there by the Lady Trojans. It happened fast with a bang-bang point. DiBiasio back into the match as Kunkler is going to take a breather. With the serve is Craig. DiBiasio in the back row. Pelak over to Rammel, blocked at the net. Nice save by Flick. As Rammel's going to knock it to the back row. Set goes behind. Big swing and a kill for Kayla Springer, the middle hitter. She's a senior. Taylor takes the lead at 12-11. They've been playing from behind all first set. Rammel, big swing and a point. Cassidy Rammel ties this one back up for St. Francis. With the serve for the Lady Cougars is Valerie Flick. Big swing. It's going to be blocked OB. That's Bauma. Once again with the point. Taylor up 13-12. Serving it, Samantha Korn. Rammel blocked at the net. DiBiasio sets it up for Rammel. Tipped at the net. Good dig for Korn. And the dink shot by Becca Garrick falls in for a point. So Coach Scott Haddix and the Lady Cougars going to take a timeout here. We're going to take one as well here in the booth. And we will wait to take that timeout here. And folks, up next for St. Francis, after tonight's match, the Lady Cougars will host Marian University. They're receiving votes, #1 team in the Crossroads League. That'll be next Wednesday, so the Lady Cougars with the whole weekend off. That'll be a nice weekend to themselves. And then Friday, September the 22nd, we'll travel to Spring Arbor. The following day, we'll be at Bethel College. So as we get ready here to resume, Taylor is up 14-12. Not sure why the score. And that'll fall in for a point. #4, Kayla Springer. 15-12, your score. Here in set #1. Taylor took their first lead at 12-11. Now improving upon that lead. Korn. And wow, DiBiasio coming up from the back line. She had to dive at it. Pelak over to Rammel. A nice find there, but a great dig for the Lady Trojans. Good block at the net there by Garrett. Becca Garrick, #10. She got a little bit of help, I believe, from #9, Bailey. 16-12 is your score. Korn serves it up. Rammel. And that's going to fall in for a point. It pinballed around for a little bit before it found the court. Lady Cougars now down by 3, 16-13. It's Ann Clark with the serve. Short set there. And we got a net violation by the Lady Cougars. 17-13, Taylor on top. So that's number 12 and number 5 entering the match. Number 5, Pomeranke. Number 12, Swerda. Nikki Marshall not dressed for today's match for the Lady Cougars. And Coach Scott Haddock's getting some instruction here from the ref. So too is Cassidy Rammel. And waiting to serve it for Taylor will be number 12, Brooke Swerda, the freshman from Wheaton North High School, the Falcons. Actually, Taylor's old coach, I believe, was Tricia Smith. Pretty sure she ended up at Wheaton College as the head volleyball coach. And I know Eric Smith, the old SID, he had gotten a job in that Naperville, Wheaton area as well. As that point's going to go to St. Francis. Ava Kunkler going to rejoin. It'll be Rammel back to serve. Out of the back row is Korn. Set's going to go to the opposite side, and that's a point. D'Agostino with a little bump there from the sideline. Appreciate the help. 18-14. Here she is, Becca Garrett, Archbold, Ohio. Service air pulls the Cougars to within 3. Becca Garrett once again leads all players entering today's match with 155 kills. That ranks her second in the Crossroads League. And that ball was OB as Rammel threw an arm at it. Good shot by Addie Bailey. 19-15 is your score. Pelak over to Kunkler, a little bit behind her as she knocks it long. 5-point advantage now for the Trojans. That time the jump serve by Amanda Adams. Kunkler right off the top of the net. Big swing by Garrick and a nice dig by Valerie Flick. Point for the Lady Cougars. Ann Clark gonna head back into the match. Checking out is number 11 for St. Francis, Sarah Hozinski, the junior defensive specialist. That was Pelak with the serve and a kill for the Trojans. For Taylor, that was number 14, Rachel Bauman. 21-16 is your score. Taylor University on top. Pelak, Kunkler, big swing by Ava Kunkler. And she's on it. It's almost like she's unstoppable there at the net. Now Kunkler with the serve. See if she can't get a service ace here. Not this time around. That was Pelak. Flick over to Rammel. And the dump shot was picked up by Pelak. Clark, big hitter. That was Harrell out of the back row for Taylor. D'Agostino sends it right back over. And a little bit of a miss hit there as it bounced right back over. An easy play for Taylor as they take the lead 22-17. So it's number 1, Laura Craig. Flick from the back row. Rammel. That's going to be blocked OB. Good way to get the PA guy back into it. 4 points. Got to make up 4 points here to tie it up at 22. It's Valerie Flick with the serve. Valerie entering today with 8 service aces. Rammel right at the net. That's an easy play for Bauma as she was waiting there, locked and loaded with the boom. Samantha Korn and Coach Scott Haddock's going to take a timeout here, and this time we actually will take a timeout with him.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Back here at the Hut where the Taylor University Lady Trojans lead it 23-18. Folks, the exclusive sports medicine provider for your Lady Cougars. It's Parkview Sports Medicine. Check them out at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. They're doing some great things here in the city of Fort Wayne, really helping our community up its athletics. That's for sure. That's Parkview Sports Medicine. And a big shout out to their director, Tommy Shagler, who was instrumental in getting the University of St. Francis to switch from FWO to ONE. So once again, that's Parkview Sports Medicine, your exclusive sports medicine provider for the Cougars. So we're back at it. It's going to be number 7, Samantha Korn, to serve. DiBiasio out of the back row. Big swing for Seafring. But a nice block at the net. Looks like Garrick was there along with number 9, Addie Bailey. This is set point for Taylor. Korn. DiBiasio up to Pilak. Rammel. Korn. And the set's going to go over to Garrick. Into the net. Point St. Francis. Lady Cougars now just 5 away from tying this thing up. Lady Cougars once again with a 2-match win streak after beating Goshen last night. Actually, last night was a big night for the University of St. Francis as the men's soccer team won 4-2 and the ladies soccer team won 2-0. Well, Taylor's going to take set number 1 as we are going to head into set number 2. Once again, we'll take a little bit of a break. You're watching Cougar Volleyball.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my fort.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, summitcitysports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Summit City. And welcome back, everybody, to the Hutzel Athletic Center, where the Taylor University Lady Trojans took set number 1 by a score of 25-19. Folks, if you guys get on the University of St. Francis Cougar website, you'll find links to the live broadcast. This Saturday, the number 1 ranked football team, head coach Kevin Donnelly in his 39th season of coaching, the active winningest college football coach in the country. He and the number 1 ranked Cougars will travel to take on number 23 ranked St. Ambrose University. St. Ambrose and their coach, Mike Magistrelli. Coach Magistrelli, one of the great coaches in NAIA, just all around just a great person. You'll find a link to the live broadcast. It'll be played on St. Ambrose video platform, their Stretch Internet portal. So we are almost set here to start set number 2. Apologize, we did not have live stats for you for tonight's contest. But Lady Cougars were looking strong early on until Taylor University took the lead at 12-11. St. Francis took back the lead at 13-12 before Taylor went on a run and won it 25-19. Taylor, ever since they lost their coach Smith, I want to say that was probably about 5 years ago, they've been getting back to that national caliber type squad where they can be in the national tournament year in, year out, compete for Crossroads League titles. But I got to tell you, it's not getting any easier. Indiana Wesleyan certainly has been the cream of the crop in the Crossroads League. When you look at combining all their sports, they've been the number 1 team pretty much year in, year out. But Marion University is right up there with them. Marion has the top softball program in the Crossroads League. Their women's basketball team has won 2 national championships now and are certainly a force to be reckoned with, even though Coach Jason Ridge, who's now in his 3rd season with St. Francis, boy, did his squad put on a show last year. Pretty much a bunch of freshmen. We had the freshman player of the year in Kara Gurka and Lauren McBriar and Savannah Buck. 3 pretty much totally different players, but 3 fantastic players. So we had a lot of fun last year watching Lady Cougars in basketball, and we'll just continue to get better. So here we go. That's Pilak with the serve. And that's going to be knocked over. That's a net violation for number 6. Maybe it wasn't a net violation, but that's Haley Harrell. Lady Cougars go up 1-0 here in set number 2. Big hit goes OB. Good eye there by Cassidy Rammel as she watched that one go long. Once again, it's the freshman Maria Pilak with the serve. That one's going to be long, so a service error. Rally scoring here as it's going to go side out to Taylor, down 2-1. Leading the Cougars in service aces is Cassidy Rammel. She had 15 entering today's contest. The next closest is Kendra Seifring with 9. Big hit that was picked up by Pilak. A little miscommunication as D'Agostino and Rammel both went for the bump. So we are tied up at 2. With the service number 3, Callie Dre. Pilak served to the opposite side, and that's a point for Ava Kunkler and the Lady Cougars. It's never a bad thing when you're mentioning Ava Kunkler's name because it's almost pretty much always associated with a point. Her play at the net has just been fantastic. And that's a serve into the net. Service error will tie this game back up at 3. DiBiasio is going to check in for Kunkel. Katerina DiBiasio from Monroe Central High School out of Albany, Indiana. She's a 5'10" freshman. That was a dig by Flick, and Rammel's big swing got blocked. And on the other side, Rachel Boma knocks it home for the Lady Trojans, up 4-3. Taylor up 1-0, up 4-3 here in the second set. Set goes behind. I believe that was number 4, Springer, with the big hit. Set to the opposite side. That is going to be long. No, it falls in for a kill for Becca Garrett. Samantha Korn with the serve. That was Ann Clark at the net with the big swing. Clark, Pelak over to Cassidy Rammel. Bauma's just going to send it over for Taylor. Set goes behind to Bauma with the dink shot. Beautiful play there by number 14, the senior from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Rachel Bauma. Flick. That's going to be blocked out of bounds. Kill for number 2, Cassidy Rammel. St. Francis down by 2, 6-4. Valerie Flick now with the serve. 8 service aces entering today's match. Good looking serve going down to get it was number 1, Laura Craig. So St. Francis getting the point there. Down 6-5. Flick once again with the serve. Valerie just off your screen for now, but there she is. And block at the net. That's Ann Clark along with Kendra Seifring. We are tied at 6. Valerie Flick once again has those ankle braces on, so not sure if she's used to rolling an ankle. Some people, it just happens. So once again, that attack was long. Point for the Lady Cougars. Taylor getting a chant started. Try to hype their team up. Get back the lead. Block at the net. Cassidy Rammel was there. Attempt by Springer, unsuccessful. Lady Cougars up by 2, 8-6. Valerie Flick wearing the sleeve on her right arm. Point for the Taylor University Lady Trojans. We didn't have all those accessories when I was growing up playing football. But I will tell you, the guys sometimes will spend 15 minutes in front of that mirror accessorizing, making sure the armbands and the sleeves and everything are looking tough. Flick, that one was right off the top of the net. A tough one, but that's a kill for Ann Clark. A beautifully placed spike there for Clark. 9-7 is your score. Clark now at the serve. Korn. Set goes behind to Garrett with the kill. Becca Garrett with the set. That was Swerda. 9-8 your score. Set goes over to Rammel. OB, point, Taylor. We are back to being tied at 9. And the dink shot, good dig by Korn. That's going to be sent over OB by number 12, Swerta. Lady Cougars take back the lead, up 10-9. Ava Kunkler is going to check in. DiBiasio checks out for St. Francis. It's number 2, Cassidy Rammel, with the serve. Sending that over was Swerta. Ava Kunkler with the big hit. And that was hit by 2 players, Boma being one of them, the other, number 6, Haley Harrell. Was that? No, number 5, Pomeranke. Either way, Taylor gets the point. We're tied up at 10. Boma's going to check out. Checking in is number 15. Well, Taylor doesn't have a number 15 on the roster or on the stat sheet. That's definitely a 15. Kunkler, that will be blocked. Point for the Trojans. That was number 5 and number 9 for the Lady Trojans. Bailey, Pomeranke's number 5. Taylor up 11-10. Number 15 with the serve. Kunkler was picked up by Garrett from the back row. Number 3 knocking it over is Drag. Kunkler for the point. Not sure if Kunkler got all of that one, but it was effective. Kendra Seifring to serve it up now for the Lady Cougars. That set just a little bit too high for Bailey. Now Kunkler. Blocked but dug by Rammel. And then we had a joust at the net. Won by Taylor. Set. Boy, that was like a line drive set over to Drag. We've got a marathon rally going on, but Kunkler hits that one downtown. Point to Taylor, up 12-11. That's Rammel. Korn. Set goes over to Kunkler with the kill. Ava Kunkler knew she had that opening there. You could tell she couldn't wait to get her hand on that ball. We are tied at 12s. So it's Maria Pilak back to serve it up, the setter, freshman setter for St. Francis, number 12. Short set, because that was Addie Bailey with the kill. Beautiful looking set there. For Taylor's number 6, Haley Harrell, listed as the setter. Harrell once again from Plymouth, Indiana, Plymouth High School. I think we got a wet spot on the court. Manager Wes Davenport is on it. Rammel from the back row. Set goes back over to Kunkler. Partially blocked at the net. Will stay on Taylor's side. That's going to be long. Long hit for Kayla Springer. We're tied at 13s after the attacking error. Ava Kunkler with the serve. And on the season, she has 0 service aces. Taylor's up 14-13 here in set number 2. Korn. Set's going to go over to Cassidy Rammel. Blocked at the net. Bauma's there in the middle. And Clark. Good pickup in the back row by Harrell. as that one's going to find the opening. Garrett with another kill. 15-13. Taylor University Trojans on top. Short set right to Megan D'Agostino, but a good dig by Korn. That's Rammel coming up. No, excuse me, DiBiasio. Rammel had her spike blocked by Bauma along with number 4, Springer. Gehrig, kill, as she found the opening. Taylor up by 3. Coach Scott Haddock's going to call a timeout for the Lady Cougars. This is Cougar Volleyball.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Back here at the Hutzel Athletic Center. Lady Cougars trying to stay in this match here, down 16-13 against Taylor University. The Lady Trojans entering today with a 9-4 overall record. They did win their last match out, as that's going to be served over to Flick. Nice set over to D'Agostino. She got all of that one. Megan D'Agostino hitting a home run ball there to pull St. Francis to within 2. D'Agostino out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Megan went to Cardinal Ritter High School. Good football school is Cardinal Ritter. Set goes behind. Nice block at the net. Cassidy Rammel along with Kendra Seifring. Rammel was pointing like that went off her forehead, and she just laughs it off. Any way to get the job done. That'll work. Flick. Boom. That was Bauma, who was blocked at the net by Kendra Seifring. And then Gehrig hits it into the net. Lady Cougars tie this thing up to 16. Flick once again with the serve. It's worked well for her until I had to open my mouth. 17-16 is your score. Taylor on top. Checking in for Taylor's number 12 and number 5. Sverda and Pomeranke. With the serve will be Sverda. That was a high arcing serve. Seifring in for a point as that ball hit right on the end line. Back with the serve will be Ann Clark. Takes a big breather, lets her fly. Set goes over to number 5, Pomeranke. It's picked up by DiBiasio. Now Rammel in the middle of the floor. Becca Gehrig. DiBiasio from the back row. Rammel, dink shot. That was picked up by Gehrig. Set goes behind from Swerda over to Pomeranke. Point, St. Francis up now 18-17. Clark now with the serve. Dump shot. That was picked up by Ann Clark. We're tied at 18s. Entering in for Clark Sarah Hozinski, number 11. And back with the serve, that's Becca Garrett. Cassidy Rammel from the opposite side with the kill. Now with the serve will be Rammel. Set goes right back over to Becca Garrett. That shot's too long. St. Francis now up by 2, 20-18. And it'll be Rammel once again with the serve. Service air. So the score is 20-19. Lady Cougars on top. In the serve, it's number 15 for Taylor. Once again, there's no 15 on the roster, but she will tie it up at 20-20. Short set. Go behind to Kendra Seafring with the kill. So St. Francis up 21-20. Seafring now to serve for the Lady Cougars. Valerie, well, that was Korn, excuse me. So that ball's into the net. Rammel sends it over. And a kill by Megan D'Agostino. So it's 22-20. Taylor's going to take a timeout. Let's go back to that first set here. This is going to be Cassidy Rammel on the bottom of your screen, because that's a great thing to see. Next, we'll look at a kill from Ava Kunkler. Kunkler has been on fire as of late for the University of St. Francis, but entering today's match with 60 kills. D'Agostino entering with 68 kills, Ann Clark with 63, Seafring with 101, and Cassidy Rammel with 110. Katrina DiBiasio has 56 kills as well for St. Francis. Looking over here at Taylor University, they opened up the season with a loss at a neutral site against Shawnee State 3-0. They did beat Rio Grande 3-0. Talladega out of Alabama 3-1, and Jamestown out of North Dakota 3-1. To open up the season with 3 wins and 1 loss. They've been pretty consistent since then, and currently entering today with a 9-4 record as we are back to the action. Good dig there by Seafring. She'll send it over. At the net, Sverta sets it up over to number 3, Barber. Haven't called her name that often, but that was 9 in the middle of the floor. Addie Bailey with the kill. Taylor pulls to within 1, 22-21. And that was Drake, number 3, not Barber. Barber plays for St. Francis. Once again with the serve. That was Harrell. And big block at the net. Addie Bailey was there along with number 4, Kayla Springer. We are tied at 22. Haley Harrell, the setter. Hozinski, and chasing after that one was Pelak to keep it alive for St. Francis. Ooh, wow, short set went to Bailey, and she got all of it. Into the net. Taylor up 23-22 now. And now we got a timeout going to be called by Coach Sky Haddix. That's a 1-minute timeout as you are watching Cougar Volleyball here at the University of St. Francis.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
So looking here at Taylor's first Crossroads League match, it was back on September the 6th at home against Huntington, and they won it 3-1. Then away at Indiana Wesleyan, they won 3-0. They did lose at home against Marion 1-3, but then just 2 days ago, beating Bethel at home 3-0. Okay, and we are tied at 23. It's Maria Pilak back with the serve, the freshman setting. Big jump serve. Horn dives after it. Set goes over to, that was Springer. Now over to Kunkel. Block at the net. Number 9, Addie Bailey, was there for Taylor. And we got set point with Taylor up 24-23. Laura Craig, defensive specialist, the senior, with the serve. Valerie Flick, D'Agostino, they're going to call a double hit on that set attempt. So Taylor takes set number 2, 25-23. Folks, we're going to take a little bit of a break here as we get ready for set number 3. You're watching Cougar Volleyball here at the University of St. Francis.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh. 2. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, SummitCitySports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Summit City Sports. Here we are at the University of St. Francis, where Taylor University leads it 2-0. We are all set here for set number 3. On the floor for St. Francis, Cassidy Rammel. She really never leaves the floor. Same with Ann Clark. Ava Kunkler, Megan D'Agostino, Maria Pilak. She never leaves the floor either. And number 7, Kendra Seaframe. For Taylor, it's number 3, Callie Drake. Number 14, Rachel Bauma. Number 4, Kayla Springer. Number 7, Samantha Korn. Number 10, Becca Gehrig. And the setter, number 6, Haley Herring. Short set right over to Ann Clark as the Lady Cougars get set number 3 started on the right foot. USF up 1-0. Kunkler's looking for a sub. It looks like it's going to be DiBiasio. DiBiasio checking in for the serve. Katerina with 5 service aces on the season, averages .18 service aces per game. Nice block at the net. Ann Clark, Megan D'Agostino. 2-0 is your score. DiBiasio with the serve. Korn from the back row. Set goes behind Boma. And I believe D'Agostino got a finger on that one, but it will fall in for a point as Taylor gets its first point of the match. And Valerie Flick cannot catch up to that one, so that's a service ace for Laura Craig. Flick. Set goes over to Cassidy Rammel. That one's long. Point to Taylor. Lady Trojans up 3-2. Laura Craig with the serve. Set behind Ann Clark. With the block was Boma, along with Gehrig. And nice block by Clark and D'Agostino as Gehrig was looking for the dink shot. Set, not exactly what Clark was looking for, but she got it over. And that's going to be a point for number 14, Rachel Boma. And Taylor. Four to 2 your score. Set goes over to Cassidy Rammel with the kill. It's one way to put a lid on it right there. Get the ball over to number 2, Cassidy Rammel. Valerie Flick now to serve it for St. Francis. Korn from the back row. Gehrig, and that's going to be blocked OB. 5-3 now, Trojans on top. Jump serve by Korn. Coming up, that was DiBiasio. Wow, big hit by Kendra Seaframe. Good dig by the Lady Trojans. Over to Rammel. That will be blocked out of bounds, so Cassidy Rammel with another kill It'll be Ann Clark now with the serve. And good block at the net there by Cassidy Rammel and Seafring. Flick, that one's off the rafters. Lady Cougars doing a good job of staying with that ball as Cassidy Rammel gets another kill, and we are tied at 5. That is Ann Clark. As the set goes over to Gehrig. Point for Taylor. Taylor University, their last loss out of conference was 3-0 against Lords out of Ohio. Kendra Seafring, nice kill for number 7 as we are back to being tied at 6s. Looking at the national rankings, I thought I'd see Lords there in the top 25, but I do not. Do see Cornerstone out of Michigan. They're out of the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. Lady Cougars. So Seafring and Kunkel combining for that point as USF takes a 7-6 lead. It's Cassidy Rammel with the serve. Set over to number 9, Addie Bailey, but it was behind her. Good set over to Kunkel. Dig out of the back row by Craig. And the kill. Taylor up now. Or excuse me. We're back to being tied at 7s as going back to serve is Becca Gehrig, outside hitter, the senior from Archbold, Ohio. A few of the Lady Cougar soccer players in attendance. Good block at the net there by Seafring. St. Francis back up 8-7, and Seafring's going to head back to serve. Seafring. Becca Gehrig did not get a good hand on it, but kept it alive for the Trojans. Block at the net. Another joust at the net. That was number 2, Hannah Paul for Taylor and Megan D'Agostino. That's going to go long. Tied up at 8. Back to serve is number 15 for Taylor. Taylor dressed up in the Adidas. St. Francis wearing the Nike gear. Service air. Cougars up 9-8. West Davenport giving Maria Pilak a fresh ball to serve. Nice block at the net there. That was D'Agostino along with Kunkel. St. Francis with a 2-point lead now, up 10-8. And that's number 3 with the kill, Kaylee Drake. Callie Drake pulls her team to within 1, 10-9. That's Hannah Harrell. Rammel, Pilak, and a nice kill for Ann Clark. St. Francis now up 11-9 here in set number 3. Down 2-0. Ooh. That's going to fall in for a point. So that worked out for Callie Drake nicely. Now it's Craig with the serve. Laura Craig, the senior. D'Agostino, big hit. That just ricocheted off two Lady Trojans for the point. Back to a 2-point advantage for the Lady Cougars. Valerie Flick, libero, sophomore for St. Francis with the serve. Boma, that's going to be blocked out of bounds. St. Francis with the point. Or excuse me, Taylor with the point. St. Francis with the 1-point lead. Now it's Korn. Cassidy Ramel with the kill. She's been good. Clark serve. That'll be 4 hits there by Taylor. Cougars now with a 3-point advantage, up 14-11. Their largest lead since the first set. Clark. And that's going to be an attacking error by number 4, Kayla Springer. So Taylor's going to take a timeout here, down 15-11. You're watching Cougar Volleyball here at the University of St. Francis.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Back to the action here at the Hut. Head coach Jason Ridge, head coach of the women's basketball team, in attendance here, tweeting some good things about this Lady Cougar volleyball squad. Looking to take set number 3 up 15-11. That was DiBiasio out of the back row, not happy with that bump. That was a kill for Addie Bailey. Bailey, who wears number 9. Craig now to serve. Just joking. She's going to give it up to Brooks Verda, who will serve it up. Her team down 15-12. Service ace. Now just a 2-point advantage here for the Lady Cougars. It's Lady Trojans with the serve. They've got a little tomahawk thing that they do over there on the sidelines. Not like the softball teams, though. Some of the softball teams, they'll have chants that are really loud. Cassidy Ramel. Lady Cougars up 16-13. Kunkler is going to come in for DiBiasio. And with the serves, Cassidy Ramel. Her team up by 3. That's an ace for Ramel. Looking at Taylor, Laura Craig leads them with 16 aces. Cassidy Ramel entering today, leading St. Francis with 15. Well, she's got 16 now. That's long. – 17-14 is your score. Gehrig with the serve. That one got a little bit up into the body of Flick. Big block at the net there by Kendra Seifring. Taylor was not able to regroup after that one. 4-point lead, 18-14 for St. Francis. A little chilly up here in the hut. As the set goes behind, nice block. Ava Kunkler along with D'Agostino at the net. St. Francis rolling now, up by 5. Lady Cougars trying to stay alive in this match, down 2-0. With the serve is Kenda Seafring. Dink shot in for Taylor. Seafring checks out. With the serve will be number 15 for Taylor. Short set went to D'Agostino. That's a kill for Taylor. Taylor down by 3, 19-16. Service error. Cougars just 5 points away. It's going to be Maria Pilak back to serve. In the middle of the back row there for Taylor, you have Gehrig. He takes the bump. Kill for Dre. 20-7 here in set number 3. Set right over to Kunkler. Blocked OB as it was tipped at the line by Springer. Kunkler and Cassidy Ramel leading St. Francis in kills here. Set right in the middle. Nice dump shot by Callie Drake. 3-point ad for St. Francis here in set number 3. Need this one to stay alive. Lady Cougars have been in control in set number 3 pretty much the whole way. Korn had to jump up for that one, and that's going to be too many hits. Back in is Kendra Seafring in for D'Agostino. Flick. Nice attempt there, as Taylor thought they were going to be able to sneak one in. But we got 4 hits with St. Francis. 3-point advantage now for the Lady Cougars. Back in is number 9 for Taylor, Addie Bailey. Korn with the serve. And block at the net. That was Springer along with Bailey. Gehrig also on the front line right now. 22-20, St. Francis. Pilak, nice set there for Seafring. Got all of it. Partially blocked Seafring, keeps it under control. Pilak over to Ramel. Block stays on Taylor's side. Pilak. Ramel. That one's pushed over by number 9, Bailey. We have a long rally going on. Gehrig, boy, she got all of that one. Good pickup by Pilak. Clark was picked up out of the back row. Gehrig dump shot. That was picked up by Pilak with the dig. Ramel with the kill. Oh, it doesn't get much better than that. That was a marathon point here, as there was a timeout there. Let's take another look at that fine rally we had there. Back and forth. The skill level on display here is fantastic. Both of these teams, look for them to be in the mix here in the Crossroads League. You're looking around the 3, 4, 5, 6th place. These teams will be battling for. Of course, St. Francis was picked in 10th place. When I looked at the first conference rankings, they had us dead last. Excuse me, and the Lady Cougars have been looking really good this year since they returned back home from that brutal road trip. So St. Francis currently up by 3 to the Taylor University Trojans. And Taylor's going to come out. The first one onto the floor is Addie Bailey, number 9. Wes Davenport, first player out there for St. Francis. Wes, the manager for the Lady Cougars, doing a great job as always. He's also the manager for the football team, men's and women's basketball teams. That's Wesley Davenport, who's a graduate from Carroll High School. Back to the action. Ann Clark with the serve. Lady Cougars just 2 points away from taking the third set. And a beautiful kill there for Pelak, as that was a miss hit by Taylor University. Now set point. Clark goes back over to Springer. Valerie Flick to Rammel. And that one got into the body of Springer. She did a good job of keeping it alive for Taylor. Rammel out of the back row was Craig. And a point there for Bailey and the Lady Trojans, down by 3. Still set point for St. Francis. Back in to serve. It's number 15. Not sure if that's Amanda Adams. Oh, that was number 18. As the Lady Cougars take the third set, 25-21. We'll head to set number 4 with Taylor up 2-1.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace, the Magnificent, here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Uh-oh. 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 2. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, SummitCitySports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Summit City Sports. Back here at the Hutzel Athletics Center, Taylor University up 2-1 over the University of St. Francis, taking set number 1, 25-19, set number 2, 25-23. Lady Cougars taking set number 3, 25-21. Once again, up next for St. Francis, Lady Cougars will have 6 days off until next Wednesday when they host Marian University, who is currently receiving votes to be ranked in the top 25. The NAIA coaches top 25 poll. So Maria Pilak will serve it first for the University of St. Francis, as we are all set to begin set number 4. Service ace to start it off here for the Lady Cougars. Pilak's second serve. Got into corn just a little bit. Garrick sends it over. Flick over to Ava Kunkler, and block at the net by Bauma along with Springer. Tied at 1. Craig's going to come in to serve. She leads Taylor University with 16 service aces entering today. Roseanne Clark. D'Agostino had to reach behind for that set. Set goes over to Ann Clark. Good dig in the back row by Craig. Flick comes up. D'Agostino goes over to Harrell as Springer gets the kill. Two to 1 to score. Taylor on top. With the serve for Taylor University, that was number 3. Not 3. As the set goes over to Ava Kunkler. Good pick up by Garrick. That was Craig once again with the serve. Kunkler looking for the dink shot, picked up by Garrick. That was Harrell doing the same. Harrell sets it up behind for Springer. They had that one working. Lady Trojans up 3-1. Ramble. Set goes behind to D'Agostino. Big swing by Bauma with the kill. I believe they're going to say Taylor into the net, so point's going to go to St. Francis. Lady Cougars currently down 3-2. So checking in is DiBiasio. Katarina, the freshman, to serve for the Lady Cougars. Garrick sword for that kill. Entering the match, number 9, Addie Bailey. It's Korn with the serve. Big swing and the kill for Cassidy Ramble. Back with the serve for the Lady Cougars is Valerie Flick. Harrell with the short set. Good kill there for Bailey. Bailey's been on fire last few sets. Taylor has a number of players they can count on for the kill. With the serve, that's number 12, Svarta. She also can work as a setter for Taylor. The attacking error by Craig gives Lady Cougars the point, currently down 5-4. Ann Clark now with the serve. That's a service error into the net. Your score. Lozinski's going to check in for Clark. Garrick with the jump serve. Set goes over to Rammel, but that's going to go wide left. Taylor up 7-4. I think when it's all said and done, you're going to see Taylor in the top 3 spots in the Crossroads League. It's a good dig there by Korn. And that was DiBiasio going after it. Real close as to whether or not that would be on the line. It's 8-4. Taylor on top. We got a timeout being taken by Coach Scott Haddix. Heading into tonight's match, Taylor had 1,094 points to St. Francis 1,002. But the Lady Cougars with more kills, 624 to Taylor's 572. St. Francis with 405 errors, Taylor with 259. Looking at the attack percentage, Taylor at 196, St. Francis at 111. Kills per game, the Cougars at 12.5, Taylor at 12.2. St. Francis with 66 aces, Taylor with 59. Cougars, this is on the serve with 121 errors, Taylor with 76. So there's no doubt that St. Francis has a dynamic team here. They can certainly get it done on the floor. Just need to clean it up a little bit. As we see, the errors are in favor of St. Francis over Taylor throughout the statistics. St. Francis averaging 16.06 digs per game, Taylor at 15.4. We're back to the action. It's 8-4. Lady Trojans, Rammel with a big hit. That'll fall in for the kill. 8-5 is your score. Ava Kunkler back in for St. Francis as Rammel goes back to serve. Bump goes behind to Korn, who sends it over. Flick is there, set over to Kunkler. That's going to be trouble for the Lady Trojans, who get it over, but it's out of bounds. And that was Drake, who had the attacking error. Drake, excuse me. 8-6 your score. Rammel once again with another serve. Cassidy, service error. 3-point advantage for Taylor. It's number 15 to serve it up for the Lady Trojans. Big hit by Seafring, and that's a double hit by Drake. Lady Cougars pull within 2 now, 9-7. Now it's Seafring. Set goes behind. That was Sverda with the set. And number 2 with the kill, Hannah Paul. 10-7, Taylor on top. That was Hannah Harrell with the serve. That'll be a service error. Cougars pull within 2 as Clark checks back in for Hazinski. It's Pilak with the serve, the freshman setter. Set in the middle. Good dump shot there for Drag. Taylor back up by 3, 11-8. Rammel a little bit strong on that first hit. As the point will go to Springer and Taylor. Taylor now with a 4-point advantage, 12-8. Set, D'Agostino. That's going to be blocked out of bounds by Garrett. DiBiasio back in to serve for your Lady Cougars. Set goes over to Rammel. Korn, Harrell over to Garrett. And number 12, Pilak, was able to get a hand on it, just not in time. It's a good attempt there by the freshman, who was putting together a fantastic freshman season. Strong on the first hit with Lady Cougars. Springer. That was DiBiasio and D'Agostino. Set went right behind him. Trojans with a 5-point advantage. Korn. Kill for Garrett. It's number 10, Becca Garrett, outside hitter. Listen to this, Lindsey Wilson out of Kentucky holds the longest active streak in the top 25 with 50 total appearances. The last 22 consecutive appearances have been in the top 5. So that's Lindsey Wilson out of Kentucky. That's a point for Michaela Hissong and the Lady Cougars. 15-10. Hissong seeing her first action of the night. She wears number 18. Michaela is from Leo High School out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Valerie Flick calling for that one. That'll be hit into the net. Also on the floor for St. Francis, we have Pilak, Seafring, Rammel, DiBiasio, and Valerie Flick. 16-10 your score. Service error by number 12, Brooke Sverda. Down by 5, Michaela Hissong with the serve. Floater. Her team down 16-11. 17-11, Taylor on top. Brzezinski's going to check in for Hissong. And back with the serve. Becca Gehrig, outside hitter, Archbold, Ohio. Archbold High School. That was tipped long. Nope, point to Taylor. 7-point advantage now for Taylor University. Aaron Luthi, their head coach. Cougars down 18-12 after the service error. Kunkel going to check in for DiBiasio. Cassidy Ramel with the serve. So that bump's going to go OB. St. Francis pulls to within 5 now, 18-13. Ramel with the serve. Bump goes over to Drag. Lozinski, Seifring sends it over. Another hard bump from the back row by Gehrig. Ava Kunkel, that's going to be blocked out of bounds. Point to St. Francis, now only down by 4. Cassidy Ramel with some words of encouragement for the Lady Cougars. Kunkel, that was picked up by Sverda. Flick. Set goes over to Ava Kunkel, and that's blocked out of bounds. Kunkel putting on a little bit of a run here. Cassidy Ramel certainly with her serves. This has been a good combination here. As the jump serve goes into the net. Service error for Ramel after a great run. Still 19-15 is your score, a 4-point advantage. Flick from the back row. Set goes over to Kunkel. Gehrig had it. Sverda over to Drag, and that's going to be OB on the attacking error. Valerie Flick checks out for a second for St. Francis as Seifring goes back to serve. Lozinski on the floor, your defensive specialist. Sverda behind her. And that's a point for number 2, Hannah Paul. 20-16. Harrell with the serve. Flick back in for St. Francis. Kunkel picked up by Korn. Big hit. Drag with the kill. 21-16. Cougars on top. We got a timeout going to be taken by Coach Scott Haddix and your Lady Cougars. Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, SummitCitySports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Summit City Sports. Back here at the Hut, Lady Cougars are down 21-16. St. Francis looking for their 3rd win in a row as the Lady Cougars picked up their first win of the season back on September the 1st in Columbia, Missouri when they beat Friends out of Kansas 3-1. Lady Cougars then dropped 4 matches in a row, which included conference matches here at the Hut against Indiana Wesleyan 1-3 and at Huntington 1-3. The Cougars then traveled to Grayson, won 3-1, and then last night at Goshen 3-2. here taking on Taylor University, hoping for the 3rd win in a row. Lady Cougars, their first time since 2015, have put together back-to-back wins. Wazinski, set, D'Agostino, that was picked up by Korn. And Harrell got into the net there. No, a double hit called. 21-17. That was Pilak with the serve. Dump shot, Boma gets it to fall. She's had a good career here at Taylor University. It's number 14, Rachel Baumer. Service air for Craig. Cougars now only down by 4, 22-18. DiBiasio now, Katrina to serve it. Katarina, excuse me. Katarina, DiBiasio. Harrell set, short one to Bauma. That is a bang-bang play right there. It happens fast. 23-18. Taylor University is just 2 points away from taking this match. Flick, Rammel sets it over. Excuse me, that was Pilak setting it over for Rammel. Garrett blocked at the net by D'Agostino and Clark. Set goes to Ann Clark. Good pickup, but a little bit strong there by Harrell. Bump over to Cassidy Rammel, hit out of bounds. Taylor with match point. 24-14. With the serve, that is number 7, Samantha Korn, the sophomore defensive specialist, into the net. Cougars now down by 5, 24-19. With the serve here on match point is the libero, number 8, Valerie Flick. Flick, just a sophomore from Muncie, Indiana, Cohen High School. Harrell set, and that is a point match to Addie Bailey and Taylor University, who wins it 3-1. Folks, thanks so much for joining us. Once again, my name is Jeff Mahoney, and hope you have a wonderful rest of the week and a great weekend. Thanks again. Once again, it's Taylor winning it 3-1, 25-19, 25-23, 21-25, and then 25-19.